Beware. 10 evident signs that there is an evil person next to you. Have you ever wondered, how can you recognize good people and steer clear of bad ones who only bring unnecessary trouble? We want to believe there's a solution for the world's problems, and we have faith in people. But if we aren't careful, we can end up getting hurt. Unfortunately, there are many malicious individuals out there, and sooner or later, they may cross our paths. Pay attention to the signs and keep your distance from people like that. In today's video, I'll show you 9 signs, or rather 10 signs, that you're dealing with a bad person and how to handle it when they cross your path. Before we dive into the first sign, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you love life lessons and want to explore insights about psychology and spirituality. Please keep in mind this universal truth. People want to see you doing well, but never better than them. Now, let's get into the first sign. Number 1. Pleasure in others' pain. Evil people often derive pleasure from witnessing the suffering of others. If you encounter someone who seems to take delight in others' pain, like smirking, laughing, or appearing amused when someone else faces a difficult situation, this is a clear indication that you're dealing with a harmful individual. This behavior reveals a complete lack of empathy and, in extreme cases, can lead these individuals to create harmful situations purely for their own entertainment. Empathy is the capacity to understand or feel what another person is experiencing. When someone lacks this essential trait, it creates a moral vacuum that allows them to justify and even enjoy others' misfortune. Their behavior isn't just unpleasant, it can have significant consequences. When someone takes joy in others' struggles, it erodes trust and fosters an environment of negativity and hostility. This lack of empathy can turn toxic and infect the people around them. Imagine a coworker who, instead of lending a hand when you're overwhelmed, mocks your stress or incompetence. Rather than seeing an opportunity to support a team member, they revel in your difficulties. Or picture a friend who, upon learning about your personal problems, uses them as material for jokes rather than offering comfort or advice. These attitudes aren't just insensitive, they expose a cruel nature that seeks to diminish others rather than uplift them. Such people often go beyond passive enjoyment of others' suffering. They may actively stir up trouble or create problems just to watch the fallout. For instance, they might spread false rumors to pit people against each other, or manipulate situations to provoke conflict. Their motivation is simple: they enjoy the chaos, drama, and emotional turmoil they create. Seeing others in distress gives them a twisted sense of power and satisfaction. This behavior can be especially dangerous because it is often subtle. The manipulative nature of these individuals means their actions may not always be obvious at first. By the time you realize what's happening, significant damage may already be done to relationships, trust, or your mental well-being. Recognizing these signs early is crucial. If someone consistently shows a lack of empathy or appears to take joy in others' misfortunes, distance yourself as much as possible. Protecting your emotional health and well-being requires setting boundaries and surrounding yourself with people who exhibit kindness, empathy, and respect. A supportive environment is vital for maintaining mental and emotional resilience. Identifying toxic individuals and choosing to step away from them is an act of self-care and empowerment. Number 2. Need to control your life. Controlling people are driven by an overwhelming need to dominate not just their own lives, but the lives of those around them. When they are unable to exercise control, they often feel uneasy, anxious, and powerless. This discomfort fuels their desire to impose their will on others, and they will go to great lengths to ensure everything happens according to their wishes. When their need for control goes unchecked, they may abuse power, exploiting the absence of resistance to tighten their grip. This behavior manifests in various forms. Picture a boss who insists on reviewing every minor detail of your work, not because they want to support your growth, but because they derive satisfaction from micromanaging. This excessive oversight isn't about improvement, it's about maintaining authority. Now imagine a friend who consistently decides where you hang out, what activities you do, and who joins you, without ever considering your preferences. These patterns reveal an obsession with control that can be suffocating and leave you feeling stifled and undervalued. Controlling individuals often excel at manipulation to protect their dominance. They create rigid rules and boundaries that serve their own interests and use emotional blackmail to enforce compliance. For instance, a romantic partner who tracks your location and monitors your messages may frame their actions as concern, but their true motive is to exert control. This behavior is not about love or care, it's about possession and domination. Moreover, these individuals can weaponize guilt, fear, and responsibility to keep you under their influence. They may say things like, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this," or "You're the only one who understands me." These statements are designed to manipulate your emotions and make you feel obligated to meet their demands. Over time, this can erode your self-confidence and independence, making you doubt your own judgment. In some cases, controlling people intentionally create chaos and drama. By stirring conflict or spreading misinformation, they ensure you remain dependent on them for guidance and validation. This tactic helps them maintain their position of power by making you feel like they are the only stable force in your life. Their goal is not mutual understanding or shared success, it's complete and unquestioned control. Recognizing these behaviors early is essential for protecting your emotional health. Setting firm, clear boundaries is a critical step. It's important to assert your needs and stand by your decisions, even if it feels uncomfortable. Healthy relationships are built on respect, trust, and understanding, not domination and fear. If someone in your life continually tries to control your actions, thoughts, or relationships, take proactive steps to reclaim your independence. This might involve reducing contact, seeking support from trusted friends or mental health professionals, or cutting ties altogether. Remember, protecting your freedom and well-being is not selfish, it's necessary. Your mental and emotional health are invaluable, and no one has the right to dictate your life. By recognizing controlling behaviors and enforcing boundaries, you empower yourself to lead a more balanced, autonomous, and fulfilling life. Number 3. Strange feeling when you're around them. One of the clearest indicators that you're dealing with a toxic person is the inexplicable discomfort you feel in their presence. You might experience fatigue, restlessness, anxiety, or a general sense of unease whenever they're around. This feeling isn't random. It's often your intuition alerting you that something is off, even if you can't quite pinpoint why. Imagine you're at a family gathering where everyone is laughing, chatting, and enjoying themselves. However, there's one person who always makes you feel tense and on edge when they enter the room. They may not say or do anything overtly harmful, but their very presence seems to drain your energy. This subtle yet persistent discomfort can be a sign that they carry negative energy or harbor hidden, harmful intentions. Your instincts are picking up on unspoken cues, body language, tone of voice, or general vibe that your conscious mind might not fully process. Another common scenario is at work. Perhaps there's a colleague who leaves you feeling drained, anxious, or even physically exhausted every time you interact. You may find it difficult to articulate exactly what's wrong, but your gut tells you that something about them isn't right. Maybe their demeanor is subtly hostile, or their conversations are laced with passive-aggressive undertones. Even if their behavior appears neutral on the surface, your body and mind are responding to the microsignals of negativity or deceit they unconsciously emit. These feelings shouldn't be dismissed. Our instincts are powerful tools shaped by evolution to help us detect danger. Research shows that the brain processes millions of bits of information subconsciously, giving rise to gut feelings that protect us from harm. When you feel uneasy around someone without an obvious reason, it's often because your subconscious mind has identified patterns of behavior or energy that indicate potential harm. Ignoring these warning signs can have consequences. Constant exposure to people who make you feel uncomfortable can erode your mental well-being, drain your energy, and even affect your physical health. It's not just about protecting your mood, it's about safeguarding your peace of mind, self-respect, and overall happiness. Your time and energy are valuable. They should be spent with people who uplift and support you, not those who leave you feeling depleted. Trusting your instincts is an act of self-care. If someone's presence consistently makes you feel off balance, take note and set boundaries where necessary. Sometimes, the best way to preserve your inner peace is to distance yourself from those who disrupt it. Your intuition is there to protect you. Listen to it, respect it, and let it guide you toward healthier, more fulfilling connections. Number 4. Lack of responsibility. Evil people rarely take responsibility for their actions. When things go wrong, they are quick to blame others and play the victim. Instead of admitting their mistakes, they twist situations to make you feel like the one who should apologize. This kind of behavior is not only manipulative, but can also be incredibly draining for those around them. Imagine a coworker who makes a critical error on an important project. Rather than owning up to their mistake, they immediately deflect blame onto you or another teammate. They'll insist the failure was due to everyone else's shortcomings, never once acknowledging their own role. This type of behavior poisons the work environment and leaves you feeling unjustly accused and frustrated. Another common scenario is a friend who repeatedly finds themselves in trouble but refuses to take accountability. If they're late for an appointment, it's always because of traffic or someone else delaying them. If their personal life is falling apart, they'll blame friends, family, or circumstances, never admitting that their own choices might be the root of their problems. These individuals always find someone or something else to hold accountable for their misfortunes. On top of that, these people excel at making you feel guilty for their own mistakes. They are skilled manipulators who can twist the narrative so convincingly that you end up apologizing for things that aren't even your fault. Over time, this constant blame shifting can wear down your self-esteem and leave you questioning yourself. You may start to wonder if you really are the problem, even when you know deep down that you're not. Recognizing these behaviors is essential for protecting your mental and emotional health. People who refuse to take responsibility can trap you in a vicious cycle of guilt and manipulation. Their refusal to own up to their actions creates a toxic dynamic that can sap your energy and self-worth. The key to preserving your well-being is learning to identify these patterns early and set boundaries. Distance yourself when necessary, and remember that you are not responsible for fixing other people's mistakes or bearing the burden of their poor choices. Trust your instincts, stand your ground, and prioritize your mental health. By doing so, you protect yourself from being dragged into their cycle of blame and manipulation. Number 5. Habit of lying. Evil people have a toxic habit of lying incessantly. They lie to benefit themselves, to manipulate others, and sometimes just for their own amusement. To them, trust and friendship are disposable. Their personal interests always come first. These individuals are skilled at weaving false narratives and bending reality to suit their needs, regardless of how it affects those around them. Imagine a coworker who constantly brags about their accomplishments, inflating the truth or fabricating stories to stand out. Their desire for recognition outweighs their respect for honesty. Or think of a friend who tells you they missed your important event because they were sick, only for you to discover they were out having fun elsewhere. These lies, while seemingly trivial, are disrespectful and reveal a lack of consideration for your feelings and trust. Liars often use deception as a tool to manipulate situations and people. Take, for instance, a romantic partner who lies about their feelings or intentions to keep you emotionally off balance or to win an argument. Their lies are designed to control you or gain the upper hand. Additionally, some people spread false gossip or misinformation to stir up conflicts among friends or coworkers, sometimes purely for amusement, other times to gain personal advantages. While these lies may seem small or harmless initially, they accumulate and gradually erode trust. Relationships built on a foundation of dishonesty become fragile, and the damage can be difficult to repair. A person who lies repeatedly, even about insignificant matters, demonstrates that they do not respect you or your relationship. They are willing to sacrifice your trust to serve their own selfish needs. Recognizing and confronting this type of behavior is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships. If you identify someone who consistently lies, it's essential to assess the impact they have on your life. Can you truly trust someone who distorts the truth so freely? Is maintaining a relationship with this person worth the emotional toll? At the core of any meaningful relationship is honesty. Without it, there is no solid foundation for trust, communication, or growth. People who lie habitually cannot provide this foundation. Protect your well-being by surrounding yourself with individuals who value truth and integrity. Sometimes, the healthiest choice is to distance yourself from those who treat dishonesty as a habit. Trust and respect are invaluable. Never compromise them for someone who refuses to honor them. Number 6. Absence of remorse. Evil people lack any sense of remorse for their actions. They never feel guilt or shame for the harm they cause others. When confronted, they manipulate the situation to make you question your perception of reality. Their goal isn't to take responsibility, it's to protect their image, no matter the emotional cost to you. Imagine a coworker who takes credit for your hard work. When you call them out, instead of apologizing, they show no regret. They might say something like, "You wouldn't have pulled it off without me," or "I was just trying to help you stand out." These justifications are designed to shift blame and undermine your confidence. This behavior reveals a complete lack of empathy and an inherently selfish, manipulative nature. Another example is a friend who regularly makes malicious or hurtful comments. If you bring up how their words affect you, they laugh it off, calling you too sensitive or accusing you of overreacting. This response doesn't just show a lack of remorse, it actively distorts your reality, making you question your own feelings and reactions. Over time, this can erode your self-confidence and make you doubt your judgment. People like this are experts at flipping the script. If you point out their harmful behavior, they often turn themselves into the victim. Suddenly, you're the one who's wrong for addressing the issue, and they're the one who's been hurt or misunderstood. This form of emotional manipulation is a glaring sign that they lack genuine remorse. Their primary concern is preserving their ego, not repairing the damage they've done. Recognizing a lack of remorse is crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. People who don't feel guilt for their actions are more likely to repeat harmful behaviors, knowing there are no real consequences for them. They thrive in environments where others doubt themselves or tolerate their manipulation. Identifying this trait early and setting firm boundaries is essential. If someone consistently shows a lack of remorse, consider how their presence affects your mental and emotional health. Sometimes, the best course of action is to distance yourself from them to protect your peace of mind. Healthy relationships are built on respect, empathy, and accountability, traits that people without remorse cannot offer. Prioritizing your well-being means recognizing when it's time to walk away from those who refuse to own their actions. Number 7. Cruelty. Some individuals exhibit cruelty openly, often being aggressive and causing harm to others through their words or actions. They take pleasure in others' suffering, displaying a notable lack of empathy. Consider a coworker who doesn't shy away from making malicious or humiliating comments in front of others. Instead of offering constructive criticism, they might highlight your flaws or ridicule your ideas during meetings to demoralize you. This behavior not only undermines group morale, but also fosters a toxic and oppressive work environment. Another example might be a friend who jokes about your insecurities or personal problems, fully aware that it hurts you. They might mock you for something you shared in confidence and, upon seeing your reaction, seem to enjoy your discomfort. This lack of empathy and delight in others' pain are clear signs of a cruel person. Such individuals may also act aggressively, both verbally and physically. A partner who regularly insults or physically abuses you demonstrates open cruelty, with the intention to hurt and control, showing total disregard for others' dignity and well-being. Recognizing cruelty in someone is essential to protecting your emotional and physical integrity. People who are openly cruel have no regard for others' feelings and can cause deep and lasting harm. Setting boundaries and distancing yourself from these individuals is crucial to ensuring your safety and peace of mind. If you're experiencing cruelty, don't hesitate to seek support and take steps to protect yourself. Number 8. friends and family warnings about the bad person's character. When your friends and family raise concerns about someone's character, it's important to take these warnings seriously. They might have seen toxic and harmful behaviors in the past, and ignoring these signs could lead to similar experiences for you. Imagine you start dating someone new, and your closest friends and family express their worries. They mention that this person has a history of manipulation and disrespect in previous relationships. Accepting these criticisms can be tough, especially if you're emotionally involved, but it's crucial to listen carefully. Consider another scenario. You start a new job, and your colleagues quickly warn you about a specific supervisor. They share stories of how this supervisor frequently takes out frustration on subordinates, creating a tense and demotivating work environment, and never takes responsibility for their mistakes. These stories are not just gossip, but warnings based on real experiences that might save you from painful situations. These warnings from the people close to you are invaluable because they offer an external and impartial perspective. Your friends and family want the best for you and have nothing to gain by misleading you. If several people are cautioning you about the same person, it's a strong indicator that you should be cautious. It's easy to dismiss or downplay these warnings, especially if the person in question is treating you well at the moment. However, recognizing and considering these concerns can save you a lot of trouble in the future. If someone repeatedly exhibits toxic and harmful behaviors, it's likely these behaviors will continue with you. Take these warnings seriously and carefully observe the person's behavior. If you notice signs of manipulation, cruelty, or lack of responsibility, consider distancing yourself before it becomes too difficult. Your friends and family may notice red flags that you, in the midst of the situation, might not perceive. Trust them and protect yourself from potential harm. Number 9. Contempt. One of the most damaging forms of emotional manipulation by toxic individuals is contempt. These people aim to make you feel inferior by criticizing your appearance, interests, dreams, and anything else they can target. Do not let them change your perception of yourself. Imagine a partner who constantly criticizes your appearance, pointing out physical flaws as if they were unforgivable faults. They might say things like, "You could be more attractive if," or "Why don't you dress better?" These comments are not constructive. They are cruel and designed to undermine your self-confidence. Consider also a friend who mocks your interests and passions, belittling your achievements and dreams as if they were not worthy of respect. They might laugh at your ambitions or interests, making you feel foolish for pursuing your goals. This type of contempt not only hurts, but also makes you doubt yourself and your abilities. These individuals use contempt as a tool of emotional control, weakening your self-esteem so that you depend on them for validation and acceptance. They want to shape your self-perception according to their own interests and desires, without respecting who you truly are. Do not let these people manipulate your self-image. You are valuable and deserve to be treated with respect and consideration. If someone is constantly belittling you, it's a clear sign that they are not interested in your emotional well-being. Protect yourself by keeping your distance from those who try to diminish you and seek relationships that promote your growth and happiness. Number 10. Animal abuse. Animal abuse is a clear indicator of a person's lack of character. Cruelty towards animals often points to deeper issues within an individual's personality. If you know someone who is abusive or neglectful towards animals, it's wise to distance yourself from that person. Consider the example of a neighbor who frequently mistreats their dog by yelling at and hitting it for any reason. Such actions not only inflict suffering on the animal, but also reveal the abuser's lack of empathy and emotional control. This abusive behavior may extend to other areas of the person's life. Another example is someone who keeps their animals in deplorable living conditions, neglecting their needs for proper food, hygiene, and health care. Continuous neglect demonstrates a complete disregard for the life and well-being of animals under their care. These actions should not be ignored, as studies show that cruelty towards animals is often linked to violent behaviors against humans as well. It's important to recognize these signs and consider the impact of being around individuals with such traits. While it might be challenging to acknowledge when we are blinded by friendship, love, or respect for someone, it's crucial to prioritize the safety and well-being of both animals and ourselves. If you suspect someone is being cruel to animals, consider distancing yourself and, if possible, report the behavior to the appropriate authorities to protect the animals and prevent future harm. If you know of other signs of a person lacking character that haven't been mentioned here, feel free to share them in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found these insights valuable, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more wisdom. Let's all strive to be wiser today. And if you have time, check out other videos on this channel. Until next time.